Deep in the piney woods of East Texas, near the ghost of a settlement called Darby, lies a grave that nature is slowly taking back. Most of the pioneers who settled here in the 1800s have been forgotten. Their wooden markers rotted and their stories turned to dust. But one woman remains locked in a literal embrace with the land that she once farmed. Her name was Martha Moon, and today, her headstone is slowly being consumed by a living tree. Martha Moon was born in 1814 in South Carolina, a child of the early American frontier. By the time she reached Polk County, Texas, she was part of the Louisiana settlement, a hardy group of families who carved out a life of the wilderness along the Trinity River. She lived through the birth of the Texas Republic, the hardships of the Civil War, and the rugged dawn of the Reconstruction era. When she passed away in 1869, her family didn't just leave her in the earth. They marked her place with a stone that has survived over 150 years. But in the silent decades that followed, a seed took root. What started as a sapling beside her headstone has grown into a massive sentinel, its bark slowly folding over the marble, pulling Martha's name into its very heart. So today we are scoping out Miss Martha Moon's grave here because the mystery of Martha Moon is something, y'all. It is truly, truly something. And today I have a gift for Miss Martha Moon and Mr. Alex Brannon, and I have a little rock for both. I actually have a ruby and zoisite for Miss Martha and a petrified piece of palm wood for Mr. Alex, and I'm going to place them on their graves. This piece of palm is actually a piece of palm that I have found when the lake went down here in Lake Livingston, so it's a pretty special rock to me, and the ruby and zoisite is absolutely stunning, so I think she'll appreciate that as well. For Mr. Alex Brannon, petrified palm. I think I'm going to slide it right there. Well, y'all, this wind is very ferocious today. It is absolutely stunning at this location, though. I mean, you have a little lake over here, pond, huge. One over here. We're up nestled on top of a huge hill. So this was prime real estate back in the 1800s when they were buried here. But an interesting thing, we just actually uncovered that Mr. Alex Brannon is tied possibly to Miss Martha Moon. And how, you might ask? Great question. 1860 Moscow, Texas census has him as, I guess, the head of household, the farmer, with her underneath as the female. And according to that time, he had $1,000 to his name, which in that time was a lot. So it begs to wonder here, because as soon as Miss Martha passed away, here is her resting place beside me. As soon as she passed away, Mr. Alex Brannon went to live with a family in Livingston, Texas. So the question is, what happened to the $1,000? What happened to the land? Was it hers? That's the question. The mystery of Martha Moon. It has been something. And this is an older part of the cemetery. So, when I came here last time, I didn't even know that Mr. Brannon, I should have known because the similarities of the headstones are just remarkable. So I should have known, but the differences in the last name kind of confused me. So that's where I have been running into just confusion. But I am so thankful to have uncovered this very mystery here. There's still a lot of questions, but it's amazing, y'all. Look at all these stones that have grown into the roots of this tree, y'all. I mean, it's been a long time that this has been here, and I'm wondering if maybe she was marked with stone and the headstone. But there are just so many questions about this grave of Martha Moon. Finding information on Martha is like chasing shadows. She isn't in the famous history books, and her name is absent from many modern digital records. She exists primarily in the fading ink of the 1860 census and the physical reality of this swallowed grave. Why did this tree choose this specific spot? In cemetery folklore, a tree growing directly from a grave is sometimes called a life tree, believed by some to be nourished by the spirit of the person beneath. And whether you believe in the supernatural or just the slow, relentless power of nature, standing before this grave feels like standing at the edge of two worlds. And as the tree continues to grow, Martha's name will eventually vanish, encased forever in wood and leaf. We came here to find a grave, but we found a mystery. A reminder that while we all eventually return to the earth, some stories refuse to be buried quietly. This is the mystery of Martha Moon, the woman that the forest couldn't let go. If you enjoyed this episode of The Mystery of Martha Moon, hit the like and subscribe button for more forgotten cemeteries and the people who reside there. And as always, until next time.